Our next technologist and founder is also a Jersey guy. A little bit less of a commute than from Stockholm, I'd say. He sold one of his last companies to Dell, which is an interesting tidbit. And Zach Aarons has said, and I quote, "His product is one of the most impressive I've ever seen." High praise from the high priest. Please welcome Jim from PinPoint Analytics.
Thank you, sir. Who knows this guy? I'll give you another hint. Now you know this guy. Everybody pays taxes. Not everybody loves it, but they do go to sustain our country. Really important initiatives like healthcare, education, infrastructure. $500 billion every year goes to infrastructure, highways, construction. So you'd expect we have some pretty pristine roads. You would think that the bridges are safe, not falling over like what happened in Baltimore, though a cargo ship hit that one, so we'll let Uncle Sam off the hook there. But what about the pothole you hit every day going to work? How about the park that was approved in your community last year that you're still waiting for? $20 billion of your tax spend is wasted every single year due to just a bad budgeting and planning process. Over 18% of all these projects are also delayed, oftentimes by years. The problem's really twofold. On one side, you have the local governments, the municipalities. Their job is to come up with the budget for these construction projects. If they bid too low, they don't secure enough public funds to handle all the GC bids, resulting in a rebid project. So waste of time, waste of money. If they estimate too high, they risk not getting that project approved. Again, wasted time, wasted money. On the GC side of this, it is a race to the bottom. The lowest qualified bid wins. So if a GC is the low bid, at best, he probably left a lot of money on the table. At worst, he's at significant financial risk. So at best, both of the sides are playing this guessing game with your tax dollars, right? And the real challenge is smart software doesn't exist to help these guys understand what the proper budget should be for these projects. Until today. My name is Jim Carr. I am the CEO and founder of PinPoint Analytics, and we are the first AI-powered construction estimating and analytics platform, purpose-built to help the local municipalities budget these projects properly and the GCs win more bids. So let's take a day in the life of Bob the Builder here. So he's got to put together an estimating project for a big, heavy highway. Ton of manual work. He's got to read the plans, read the addendums, reread them, remeasure everything. He's got to get his equipment pricing, his labor pricing, his material pricing from several different vendors. He's got to figure out a contingency plan. He's got to look at his labor, and he's got to look at his profit, travel and expense, and then submit this ream of paper. Like, this entire process is riddled in guesswork, and it takes weeks and sometimes months. And oh, by the way, Bob has to do another estimate next week. None of this is reusable. So not to say that there's no software out there to help construction companies estimate projects would not be true, right? There are big companies playing in this space. Companies like Heavy Bids, Bid to Win, Construct Connect, all big companies in this space. But unfortunately, they are facing some huge industry challenges. First and foremost, these are legacy applications, and they're not purpose-built to take advantage of 10 years of innovation in the technical space, especially in AI and machine learning. They're not giving these customers real-time market insights. Essentially, they're taking that broken process that Bob's going through, putting it in the cloud, adding some bells and whistles. But at the end of the day, they're not helping Bob make better business-driven decisions. So at PinPoint Analytics, leveraging our first-in-class, best-in-class AI algorithm that we've built, we can accurately predict the cost of any construction project. We do that by analyzing decades worth of data, and we've trained our model on hundreds of business rules. Things like seasonality, market trends, material interdependencies. And we're not just helping these customers win, we're teaching them how to win. We can analyze all their wins, all their losses. We can highlight the things they do really well, and we can highlight the things where they could be at risk for future jobs. And we do this down to the line item level of detail. So now AI sounds really complicated. So let me show you how PinPoint's made this much simpler. So first and foremost, when you're building any estimate, the first thing you want to do is just search for material you're looking for. You'll fill in a few details, the units, the quantities, and then when you hit estimate, this is where the magic happens. Our model is going to look at everything you just fed us, everything we know about this job, run it through our model and our hundreds of business rules, and we're going to give you a price that we think is going to win this job. We're including equipment, labor, profit and overhead, And we're not just saying, Bob, here's the number, good luck. We're saying, Bob, here's the number, and here's some really good analytics that we've come up with to help you feel comfortable about that. We call that explainable AI. Now, this is a very big problem with massive implications with all the waste in a very big market, which leads to a very big opportunity. PinPoint launched late last year in the tri-state area, specifically doing heavy civil, and later this year we'll be expanding to other construction disciplines as well as geographies. Since joining the MetaProp program and since our launch late last year, we've seen great traction. We've signed up over 26 customers. We have over 300 subscribers to our project database. And what's really exciting is, of course, we're selling to GCs. That's what we set out to do. But we're also selling to municipalities and their engineering partners, which the whole cross-sell opportunity has been really wonderful. So I've been building data and analytics solutions for the better part of 20 years. As Aaron said, I've sold a couple. If I was better at it, I might not be doing another one, but here I am. My partner, Jeff, is third generation in the trenches of public bidding. So I feel like our team is uniquely qualified to solve this problem. Just last week, we were with our first municipal customer in their budget meeting for next year and the year after. We're sitting there, we're fly on the wall. The business administrator comes in, he sits across from his engineer with this ream of paper, and he pulls one particular complicated road project, and he looks at his engineer and he goes, "Hey, did you pinpoint this project? Did you pinpoint this project?" So I looked at my partner and smiled a little bit, thinking about all the disruption in the space that we're going to lead. So with smart software, we shouldn't be playing guessing games with your tax dollars, right? Every single construction project should be pinpoint accurate. Thank you.